Happy Monday, January 12th in the grand 2-6 or the big 2-6. How is everyone's first week of creating the person or identifying the life that they wanted to live in this new year, the year of the horse? We've got a few of those people. So before we even go there, though, for those of you joining us, let's drop in as we usually do into that place of love, gratitude, joy, and appreciation. It's the beginning, it's the portal, it's the gateway to the manifestation of the life that we desire. And once you get to that place, just think of one thing, just one thing that happened for you over the past week or weekend, right? Once you get to that one thing, let's make it real. Let's vibrationally turn it into this reality by typing into the chat or writing it into your journal and sharing it outwardly. What's one thing that gave you love, joy, appreciation, or gratitude over the past week or weekend? I had something that just completely lit me up. We bought a new board game called Settlers of Catan for Christmas. And my boys, even the older one, they can't get enough of it. And I have never, ever laughed so loud or belly laughed as I have when we're playing that game. And it's like this game, for those of you who are into board games or not, it's like there's lots of betrayal and my older son trying to sell his brother, his card of wheat, which is way better than my wheat because he grew it organically and with I get to see all these skills I didn't even know that these guys had for negotiation tactics. It's pretty good. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. It was like, I've never laughed that hard since probably I was a 12-year-old, which was fantastic. It was really awesome. Yeah. Anyone else want to share? What was something that happened for you? Love, joy, appreciation, gratitude, moving into the week that we have, creating your reality. Yeah. Good morning. Thanks, Melina. Yeah. Ooh, I see Janine's face. Miss Janine, are you able to share from your week or weekend?
Yeah, good morning. I just hopped on. I don't know if you were chatting about New Year's Eve, but I was super grateful for that evening. That was so fun. Just so many belly laughs, but I know that was a week and a half ago or whatever. I don't even know what day it is. 2 weeks ago. This week, I am super grateful for you and your coaching because I bought a house last week and it was like, oh, this is what I do now. It was just kind of like eye-opening to be like, wow, I remember the days when I dreamt of being here. And it's just so cool to have, to see that transition and to be in it. And just to be so excited about making ugly homes pretty again. Like, I really do love it. I feel like I've found my calling doing that. And I'm just grateful for being in that place in my life, finally, after dreaming of it for years and like decades. Yeah. And I'm just grateful for the friends and family I have around to help support these crazy ventures.
How many houses are you up to right now, by the way?
In total, my life, I've only bought 8 properties. I think 5 have been flipped.
Mm-hmm.
This is my 5th flip. Yeah.
Yeah. And in a hotel once in a while.
Yeah, in a hotel.
Janine, she is officially in the game of real estate, but you're in the game of transforming spaces, right? Of recreating your vision, making it manifest. Yeah.
My ultimate goal with houses is I like creating properties for first-time home buyers. And that to me is special. And I don't always get to put my stamp on design on it. It's just doing what makes it clean, healthy, habitable for first-time home buyers. Would I love to go in and redesign every kitchen? Yeah, I would, but it doesn't always make sense. So yeah, yes. It's not necessarily about putting my stamp on it always. It's about just making it nice for someone else.
Yeah, giving them their opportunity. I love that, Janine. Congratulations. Yay. Oh, awesome. All right, everyone. What else? What else is coming up for you people today? You people. What's happening? I'm going to go to the chat. Jump to latest. Make it real. So what's happening for you this past week or weekend? And as you got to do this last week, you got to choose parts of who it is that you want to become here in 2026. So we were going to say today we were going to talk a little bit about manifestation, but what does that even mean? Right? Identity. And let's see. I see Melina, Dickens, Damien, Diane. There's a lot of good people on today. Christina, Michelle, Show, Virginio. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining. So just dropping in. For those of you, again, just coming in, dropping in to that gratitude, that love, that appreciation. This is the beginning to attracting all that we desire in this life. And if you're having a morning, I had a text or two this morning. I also got up a little late this morning. I was really tired this morning. I could barely get up. It was really rough. And I missed half of my routine. I'm still committed to doing it. It's going to be just after this call. But for those of you who might have missed your routine, just give yourself that grace and let's move into who we want to be, right? Who do we want to become today? Does anyone else want to share anything that happened for them over the past week or weekend? We'd love to hear other voices.
Sure, I'll say something.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Damien.
hey, how's it going, guys?
Good,
How's it
man.
going,
Good to
Nick?
see you.
Good to see you. So it was pretty funny yesterday. I actually changed the locks on three different houses, and it's the first time I changed a lock in 4 years. But it's just a weird chain of events. And I was at I'm doing a short sale listing, so you know how those go, and we decided to do an open house and stuff like that on it. And then I was talking to an agent and some other people, and somebody's like, "What? Why are you changing a lock for your tenant?" And I'm like, "Well, whenever this tenant is reaching out to me, I'm going and responding to them right away. I'm helping them. They had a domestic issue, and they called me in the morning, asked me to change the locks. Ironically, I was already changing the locks in two houses. I'm like, okay, let's do number three, and I did it myself because I was gonna be down the street from them. But they're like, you really like being a landlord, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, well, like what's wrong with them? They start going into toilets, trash, people ripping you off. And I'm like, they're actually partners on my retirement. Like they're helping me with my retirement plan. Like that's the way I look at it. And if you work with them and you're nicer to them, they're less likely to do all that other stuff. And if that stuff does happen, they're more lenient with you going through it, and they understand because you've always been attentive. These people actually have degraded water service since New Year's Eve, too. So they've had that going on. So I've had sent over four plumbers. Weird other thing, but I just wanted to be there for them, extra special, and just like people didn't understand that mindset, so I had to like explain it to them a little bit. But that was my interesting weekend moment, I guess.
Love that, Damien. I took a course, and for everybody jumping in, this is not necessarily a real estate talk, but real estate comes up because a lot of us are real estate people. But I took a course, and it was called Mr. Landlord. Have you heard of him?
I have actually, but I
Yeah,
haven't. I don't
Jeffrey
know
Taylor.
about his stuff.
You did? You took his stuff? You took it?
No, no, no. I don't know about his stuff, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
He shifted exactly what you just said. He shifted everything for me, right? Like we were getting into rentals for passive income and financial freedom and all the things. And he shifted his entire way of serving his customers, which is how he words it, right? Instead of landlord versus tenant, it was business owner with customers, right? Like, how else can I serve you today, right? You're paying me for a service, which is housing, but like, what else can we do? It's like, and every time a lease renewal would come up, he would phrase it like, is there anything else we can do for you? Like a rug clean out, like pick one of these three services. And of course he would charge them for it, right? Like a small rental based jump, but like the whole part of they're paying for a service. We supply the service. We can go above and beyond and have white glove service for these folks. We can offer them credit repair. We can offer them, right, everything to help them even buy their first home together. And if they stop paying us for the service, that's when, unfortunately, we have to they can no longer use our facilities. It's like, that's a really great way to look at it. Like they are the customer.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. It's a cool shift. And it changed everything, right? Because it's just, then we were like, people wanted to come to our properties because we were helping them with credit repair, helping them buy houses, helping them with even car financing, all sorts of stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Where are
There's a
your
lot of
rentals?
landlords that are scared. Oh, so these rentals are in Philadelphia. I have Philadelphia, Salem, New Hampshire, North Jersey, and one in Georgia. But but yeah, there's a lot of landlords I know that are scared to face their tenants and they don't want to go to the house because of there's like problems that they never addressed with the tenants reporting problems and them not fixing it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't
Amen.
have that at all. No.
Yep. That's it.
Let
It's
me
just a
know
way
if you
of
need help
thinking.
with your short sale.
Christina.
I facilitate short sales, so if you need help, let me know.
Oh, nice. I do them too, actually. So I'm actually the
Nice.
listing agent. I'm actually not negotiating it
Hmm.
myself. I'm just listing it and doing the things on that side. Yeah. But I do both.
Yeah.
I negotiate them as well too.
In New Hampshire?
Anywhere. I've never done one in New Hampshire. Pennsylvania, only
Well, just
Pennsylvania and New Jersey, actually. I've done
just be
them.
careful if you start doing them in New Hampshire because you have to be a debt adjuster. The banking commission will rake you over the coals if you are not licensed.
Oh, really? A debt license, debt collector license, or?
Debt adjuster. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay. I
can
never heard of the debt adjuster.
we
Okay,
we can
thank you.
post around that in the financial freedom chat because yes, we also got pinged on that one, Damien. So that's a
Yeah.
good
Oh,
note.
They'll
wow.
come for you.
Good note. But that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Damien. A shift of mindset, a shift of a reframe as to what, and that's also kind of the bigger picture of we get to do this, right? Like we get to go and change locks today. We get to have conversations with our tenants today. Like that's
Yep.
a lot of people can't do any of that. A lot of people can't.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Chris Manley, I'm reading your note here. Shedding the last year's experiences. Yeah, we had to talk about that last week. So for those of you who are still shedding from 2025, right? That year of endings. Don't worry. It's going to happen until about March. The actual
Mm.
astrological shift into the new astrological year is going to about early March. So there's still a lot of these transitions, a lot of these endings, a lot of these moves that are still very active. So everybody else is like, new year, new me. It's like, it's okay. Like give yourself grace if you're still in it. If there's medical issues, if there's career shifts or things that just don't feel right anymore. Like this is the moment. The universe is calling you to become this new identity of who you are after this whole 9-year cycle has ended. So embrace it, move through it, give yourself grace. Doesn't always feel amazing to go through change, especially when it's universal force change. And Alexa, sick for 5 days. Give yourself completely useless. And like she ruined the beginning of 2026. Does anyone have any messages for Alexa? She's
Don't
on.
Just
get
that
the.
I love you. I'll always love you. You're the best.
Take care. It's only temporary.
I know, it's
That's
just that
right.
I had so much stuff scheduled for the first of the year and to get kicked off running, and it just didn't happen.
Well, don't
Mhm.
worry. It's not really the first of the year. It's not first of the year until like what, March, April.
Yeah, but
March.
you can give yourself a mental break too. This is an excuse to give yourself a mental break too, because my brain is like always thinking and stuff like that. I used to ride a motorcycle to clear it, or like actually now I go to the movies. I shut off all my phone and it clears my brain. If I don't know if you guys have that issue that your brain is always going
Oh yeah.
It
and like
never
I don't
being
think
shuts up.
anybody
sick.
has that here.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But being sick too, when I'm sick, I will like sit in bed with nothing and turn off my phone. And that's my excuse to like clear my head.
I wish I could do that. Yeah, I was like trying to figure out what I can do from my bed, and I think that's half the problem. I can't just chill.
Alexa,
Alexa, you still sick?
Oh yeah.
You might still be shedding some old stuff.
uh-huh.
Just saying.
Alexa, what could be something completely radically different this time that you can respond with what's happening in your body versus all the other times?
Um,
Does that make sense?
I don't know.
When you get sick, like you just even mentioned, what can I do from my bed? What if the
Oh
sickness
yeah.
is actually asking you to not do anything? And how does that feel in your body when I say that?
Feels like that would be really hard.
What if that's the big lesson for 2026 for you to moving in? You've never not done
Probably
things.
is. Yep. Yeah, that's
Mm.
true. That's true. Thanks for coming to my TED Talks, guys.
Thank you for sharing and pouring in, especially for you and especially for any like everyone that I see on the names list here that's on the meeting. Like when you're sick, dis-ease, right? Like this is your body telling you something. Sure, it can be viral. Sure, there's little microbes in there like moving around and our body trying to fight them and attack them. But they only got in there and actually had the infection because our bodies is literally the universe asking us to hear a message, right? And most of the time, that message is to slow down. Most of the time, that message is to prevent us from doing something when we should be really going internal, really feeling into, wait, is this me? Is this aligned? Is this something that I need to do, that I want to do? Go ahead.
The craziest part was that me and Cody went up to my mom's to go skiing. Like it started when I was supposed to go on a skiing trip with my mom. And then it would force me to sit in her house with my mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I mean, it was actually bonding.
Wow. Well, that's pretty huge. When's the last time that happened, Alexa?
God, 10 years.
Wow. I would say that's a huge transition, ending and a beginning.
Yep.
Holy cow. Oh, lots of things moving for you, darling. All you have to do is absolutely nothing, and these things are moving. I want you to feel how powerful you are right now. Like, just take what does your body do when I tell you to turn your phone off even after this meeting for like 2.5, 3 hours and do whatever else, or do nothing, nap, watch TV? What does your body do when I say that?
Said hell no.
He actually ran to the toilet to throw up when you said that.
There's your discomfort. There's your growth in this new year. Is that version of Alexa that I heard from before, right? That wish you shared with Bobby without your brain getting in the way.
Yeah.
I wonder what that would, what's a step towards that direction? Holy shit.
Yep.
Crazy.
No, that makes sense.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You're also not the only one, right? Those of you who know, Meg's not here today. She is very sick. She never gets sick, but her body's telling her something, right? Her universe is telling her something. So a lot of us, transitions, astrological signs, we can say it's viral. We can say it's just going around, and it is. And what if it's also something else that we get to listen to? We get to learn from. So I love that. Thank you, Alexa. Anyone else want to share today? Anything, community, connection, gratitude, love, joy, or challenges, pressures, things just you want to release, get off your chest?
I can share.
Yeah, Dickens. Oh, I haven't heard your voice in a while.
Yeah, everybody. Hope you had a good New Year. Sorry, I cannot open my camera. I'm gonna be short. So when you're talking about, this morning I wake up, try to do my morning routine, and then I stop and say, "What's your routine? Want to establish?" So I end up, instead of doing a morning routine, just sitting thinking about what I want to be my routine to be.
And what have you found?
I'm still thinking about it. I'm still, my brain is just still going, but did a little bit, but I realize sometimes it's the question is, are you doing a morning routine, just doing routine, or are you doing something to be meaningful? And that's the question.
Exactly. In your new identity, you get to serve, right? You get to choose who you are, and part of that is habits, routines. Have you ever worked through a mission statement, Dickens? I don't know. Have we ever done that together?
Yes, I think we did. And for this year, I don't have I have a course. I did have a mission. I do have a mission statement for this year, a core, like a manifesto that I'm reading every year. And I can send it to you. This year is not elaborate as I used to, but I wanted to get done, and I think I got most of the point that I want to come across.
I'll shoot you a message after this WhatsApp chat, just to reconnect on that, because that will help you, right? If we have a very solid, like, this is who we are, this is why we're here on the planet, then that allows you to establish a good morning routine. You know what? One thing else too, for those of you who haven't already done this quick one, if human design, I think we talked about this in one of the other, I know Alexa and Christina have done a human design. If you but you can just do this on ChatGPT. If any of you go to ChatGPT after this call, give it your birthday, ask it for what your human design chart is, right? Or there's actually a couple of websites where you can take a little test and it gives you your human design chart, and then you upload that to GPT and say, based upon this human design chart, these are all the things that I'm currently doing in my life. I want you to now optimize. Tell me what is and is not. Like, how should I operate my week? What's a good calendar schedule based on my human design that can allow me to operate my week better? But what I don't want you to do is for the people that are just constantly moving, going, and achieving anyway to go and do this and then push more into your week. No. The point is to relax and rest as a part of this new you for astrologically 2026 moving in. But if anybody feels like doing that, that's a cool exercise. We'll be covering a lot. We'll be covering mission statements. We'll be covering an action plan. We'll be covering all of that in Soul Purpose next week. But for those of you who just want to do a quick and easy one, that's a cool little tool to use. And you know what? I'm going to roll in because Alexa gave us a beautiful transition into my passage that popped out at me today. So I'm going to read this, and I would love to get your feelings and thoughts. While I read this, Nisar, if you could post the alignment questions into the chat, also post the link to the WhatsApp group. So if you're not already a part of our Manifest Monday Life Unlimited WhatsApp community, feel free just to jump into the links below. And also after this, if you feel like journaling your 3 alignment questions to move into alignment, we talk about those usually every week. Okay. Here's the reading. It's called Filling in the Day. I wake clear and rested, light flooding my room. The day seems endless and free, but making coffee. I notice 3 bills I haven't paid, and after showering, I notice I need a haircut. And since I'll be out that way, I think I might as well pick up my shirts. But I so want to spend time in the sun. So I think, well, after these errands, I'll go to the park. And then I deliberate which park will be just right and decide on one 40 minutes away. Finally, wanting to make sure there is some fun in all this, I call a friend and I plan to meet her at a movie at 6. Now I have to hurry along to make sure I can get everywhere on time. But thankfully, while gassing up, I hear a small bird. I lift my head just as a cloud opens and the light floods my mind. And I drop all my plans like change on the ground. I laugh at myself. I can so easily become a slave to a schedule that I create. Not one of these things is necessary today. I drop everything and I follow the bird. Some of you, that passage might make you feel a little uncomfortable. And yet, I would ask you and invite you to feel into the only reason we're even here on the planet, which is to experience, which is to be, which is to feel, which is to learn more and explore more about who we actually are. Becoming a slave to our schedules. How many here can relate with becoming the slave? See a couple people with hands up. Yeah. And so what's the first step into learning that we are human beings and not human doings? What's our first step to awaken to the awareness of why we're actually here? I would invite every one of you, whether your body and the universe are calling you to rest, or you're still in just complete go, achieve, and target mode, and you have all your intentions and goals and resolutions all set, and you're still crushing everything and feel that. That's good. And what if this year you could, if you are a scheduler, what if you could schedule in right in the middle of your day, 1 hour every single day for you to have as just purely you time? Whether that's, and at first it's going to feel very wildly uncomfortable, especially in the middle of your day, whether it's a lunch hour, if you're at a desk, or if you're self-employed, you have lots of meetings, you have lots of projects and site visits, and yes, we all know, we know all of that. And what if you make it a priority to have 1 hour for you every single day where you get to do nothing, or you work on just journaling or drawing or painting or looking at a window or watching a show? Maybe you're moving your body. Maybe you're going for a walk. How wildly uncomfortable is that for so many of us that have those achieving, doing, and target minds? And yet, what if that is the only reason we're even here? That's what I would submit. Does anyone have any feelings around what we just shared that they want to share here? Chris Manley. Oh, okay. He's going to share. That's good. I drove to an empty parking lot last night.
No, I
and
can.
meditated. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I can share too. It's interesting that you picked on me. That's divine. For me, what I've been doing, Alyssa and I just had a conversation about this because what I'm doing is I think you'll appreciate the fact that I'm not trying to figure it out, Nick. I'm sifting through what is really inside of me and the word valid comes to mind, but valid isn't the word, but what's really coming from me and what's coming from my nervous system and what is really desirable to me and what's being projected. I've been very uncomfortable lately, like feeling very uncomfortable. And there's so much going on and there's so much wonder and beauty and, abundance in my life. At the same time, there's this discomfort. And I just put in the chat that, I mean, for me, it's extremely challenging to get quiet because of who I am and because of my home environment, which is wonderful, by the way. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's very challenging to get quiet. I drove to a parking lot last night. They're building a new Starbucks in Amesbury, and I just wanted to use an excuse to go, check it out. And I'm like, I need to get out of this house. I just need to go somewhere. And I just went to the parking lot and sat in the parking lot and put on some meditation and just sat there. And I've done it in my own driveway too. But I have this concern that somebody's going to come home, somebody's going to knock on my window, whatever. So I just left. I just went, and the Starbucks shares a parking lot with a hotel. And I just went to a deserted spot in the parking lot and just sat there. And I don't know about anybody else, but I need to do that for my nervous system. My nervous system needs that. And I have not honored that enough in the past year. And I'm going to do that more often in the new year, where my nervous system needs to be nurtured as a little kid. And it doesn't take away from my children, which is the perception. And I can relate to what Alexa was saying. It's like, and what everybody else was, kind of saying and thinking, where it's like, you feel like you're slacking. You feel like you're taking away from your day and you're not being quote unquote productive or creative or whatever, fill in the blank, right? And it's so challenging to take the time for your nervous system. But what you're doing is you're actually building up yourself, you're fortifying your strength, and you're preparing yourself to be that much better. And it's not easy to see. It's not easy to see in that moment when you're feeling it. But I realize that I need to take that time, whether I go up to New Hampshire to our condo, whether I go to a parking lot and sit, whatever it is, and rather than resist it and say, no, I can handle this. No, I'm good. I can meditate in my chair behind a paper thin door that my kids are going to burst through. Like, no big deal. I love them. It's okay if they interrupt me. No, it's actually not. It's actually because what happens is I start to feel like every single thing in my life is a distraction and a nuisance. And that starts to overflow into my family. And if I don't pour out that kettle is simmering almost all the time. And it starts to fill up and fill up and fill up. If I don't pour that out, that kettle gets unleashed on whoever's around me. And most of the time, my family is around me. It was a siding guy last week that got it too. But it's like there's so much value, and we talk about it and we talk about it and we talk about it. And I don't know why, but there's so much resistance in the type A personality and the driven people and the people who just want to do so much for pure reasons that they screw themselves, that they actually hold themselves back, and they don't know why they're experiencing these things. Well, I realize that my resistance is just creating more resistance. It's creating more roadblocks and obstacles, and I need to just do that surrender more often and proactively before the kettle starts to get too hot and start to overflow, if that makes sense. And I just said last night, in a way, it was a little too late. I had already reacted, but I said, you know what? I'm out. I don't want to be away from my family. I don't want to go out in the cold. I don't want to, go sit in a parking lot by myself. But if I don't go do that, I'm not going to be the best that I can be. You know what I mean? Tonight for bedtime and for tomorrow when I wake up. And so it's super, super duper important to recognize those signals and to try to recognize them early before they start to overtake you. Clear.
There is absolutely no better way to end this call than with Chris Manley's words. So I will not say anything to add to them. Well done, Chris. Thank you so much for that share. That was absolutely beautiful. The challenge, if I call it a challenge for many of you, then this week, as we move into the new identity for you, is to carve out that time on your calendar, because that might be your first step. Maybe you have 0 time on your calendar and you're being called to sit with yourself, whatever that looks like. So, Chris, that was so literally beautiful. I'll message you after with your permission. We'll probably be carving up pieces of that because that's exactly our message here. Thank you. Oh, all right. Let's drop in at 9:34.
Thank you.
It's because we're already a little bit over time. But that was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Let's start this week with a deep, rich, beautiful breath in. And let it go. Just like all of what was in 2025. Take another deep, rich breath in with who you desire to be. And now who you are. And then we let it all go. As you move into this week, let your breath be a reminder that of everything that comes into our world, it comes in for a reason, it comes in for a purpose, it comes in for its beauty, for its fulfillment and satisfaction. And just like all things, we are able to transmute and let it all go to make room for what's new. As we move into this week, we are reminding of who we actually are as creators, as we do every single week, reminding ourselves that while humans have this beautiful addiction to suffering, we realize it's not of anything except the mind. We are conscious of our thoughts. We are conscious that all of our programs and beliefs that have led us into this moment, we are now becoming aware of how and why we operate the way we do. We thank those pieces of us. We thank those pieces of us for getting us here, for keeping us safe, for keeping us in this place where we have who we are today. And now, as we love them and as we thank them, we then get to choose again. What labels, what roles, what identity will you be this year? What is it that you desire in your life? And what feelings do you want to feel every single moment? And by feeling those feelings now, by moving into gratitude and love now, we get to embrace those feelings and make the universe, make our outside world embody who it is we already are. Let's feel into this new identity. Let's feel into all of these wonderful wishes and desires that we have for ourselves, knowing that we get to feel those feelings now, knowing we get to envision whatever life we choose, knowing that we get to set a proper example for our spouses, our partners, our kids, our teams, knowing that rest, knowing that taking time for you, knowing that we are human beings and not human doings, and that's all we're here to do. Explore more into ourselves, feel what needs to be felt, and experience all the richness that this life has to offer. So as we move in, let's remember our alignment questions. How can you love yourself more today? How can we all love ourselves more today? What are we being called to do from a soul level? Who else do we choose to show up for today in a meaningful way with a message of hope or a message of love or a random act of kindness? And lastly, moving into what's one step, one thought that we can take today towards that which provides us the most excitement or passion in our lives, with excitement and passion being the two highest emotions alongside love that we get to experience in this life. Let's take another rich, deep, experiential, big breath in. And breathe it out. Feel who it is that you get to be this week. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm so thankful that you get to join me with me today. And as always, see you next week. Same bat channel, same bat place. Love you all. Join the WhatsApp group if you haven't already. Nisar is putting that into the chat, the Zoom chat. And see if you need any support, post up in there. We'll see you soon.